Hello, Year 9. So, despite the school closure, we are just going to carry on as normal, okay? We have to try and just keep going and imagine that these lessons that I'm narrating is me standing in front of you in the classroom. So, first things first, I've just got some important home learning notes. I'm going to put this at the start of every PowerPoint that I do for all of my classes, okay? I'm only going to talk about it this first time, but it will be on there. So if you need to go back and refer to anything. So I'm just going to read through it now for the first time, and then that will be, I won't do that every time, okay? You need to treat this like a normal lesson. On paper, you need to write out the title, the lesson objective, and the date, just as we normally would in lesson, okay? Listen to my narration across the slides. Pause the video to work on tasks when you need to. You can also go back and watch bits if you're not sure about information. If you can't open the video, then there is a PDF of this PowerPoint as well for students to be able to work through as tasks as best you can. And I've just realised that I didn't really need to say that because if you're opening the PDF, you wouldn't be able to hear what I'm saying anyway. When there's a green box and an arrow on a slide, I'm pointing to something that you won't be able to access on the video. For example, a clip. Okay, so a hyperlink to a clip or a worksheet. This will be on the Show My Homework page where this video and this piece of this lesson has been set. Okay, so at the bottom there's links for YouTube, the YouTube clips, or there'll be a document there for the worksheet. You need to copy out tasks onto paper. You won't need to print any documents unless you're deciding to do this all on the computer and you're going to print your work off, that's fine. But you're completing the work the old-fashioned way, basically, okay? So don't worry if you haven't got a printer. You just need to be doing all your work on paper. Please don't send me completed work on Show My Homework, guys. This is really, really important. The whole school is off. Okay, so it's just impossible for me to keep up with if all of you sent me your work. The way that I would want to do it is you're going to complete a lesson, you're going to keep that paperwork, you'll complete however many history lessons there are while we're off. Okay, you keep it safe, you bring all of your history work in with you when we're back, and we will have a lesson where we glue it into our books. We'll look at what people have and haven't done, all right, which I hope for history, you find it interesting enough to be cracking on it with it during this time. I will then mark your books as normal. Okay, so please don't send me stuff on Show My Homework. You don't need to. I'm confident that you'll be getting on with it and you need to bring it in when we're back. If you've got any questions, message me on Show My Homework. Anything at all. Doesn't matter how small or how big. Even if you think, actually, can you recommend a film that I can watch that's about the Nazis? Or anything like that at all, okay? Just ask me. I'm going to be setting lessons. They'll come live, I think it's at about 9 o'clock on the days that you have history. All right. As and when you do that work, it's up to you. But I will set them on the day that you have a history lesson. I might say this is 2 lessons worth of work here. So if you have a history lesson on Monday and Tuesday with me, I might say on the Monday, this will cover your Tuesday lesson as well. So it's important that you read the description. All right, just work through the work, guys. Okay, this is a really interesting topic, and I'm really sad that we won't be able to do it together in class. But history follows a timeline, so if you miss one lesson and then you try and do the next one, you're going to struggle a little bit. Okay, so just work through at your own pace, do what you can do, and all being well, I will see you guys on the 1st of December. Hello guys, so I know that in your lesson last week where you had a cover teacher, you started this lesson. The cover teacher said to me that you guys got up to the information on slide 10. So there's going to be no narration from me for slides up to slide 10. So if you go now to slide 10, you need to read the information on slide 10. And then if you go to slide 11, that is where I will start talking again, which is where there are questions for you to answer. So I will see you there at slide 11. All right, so here we are at slide 11. You should have read the information on slide 10 to help you answer these questions, please. You need to answer them in full sentences, guys. Okay, write them out on your paper, clearly number them. Please answer them in full sentences. And then we will move on to the next slide. Pause this, take as long as you need to answer the questions. There's obviously no time limit here, which is one of the good things about us being able to work during lockdown, working from home. So answer the questions in full sentences, and that is one of your tasks for now. So this is your main task for today, guys. So what I would like you to do as you move through the rest of the slides, so slides 13 all the way up to slide 21 at the end, before you get to the plenary, I want you to read the info on the slides, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to work towards creating a leaflet or a booklet advertising Hitler High School. So you're also going to need to use previous information from this PowerPoint as well. So things that I want you to include in your booklet. So it must have a front cover with a logo. You can create your own logo, whatever you want, and lettering that says Hitler High School. It needs to have a quote from either Hitler or the education minister about education. So if you go right the way back to slide 3, there are a couple of quotes there that you can pick from. You need to have information about the teachers. And you could use slide 10 for that one for the teacher information. And then you need to have information about the lesson info. Again, that's from slide 10. And then these last 4 points is things that you will get from the slides going forward. So as you move forward, it will make sense. So you'll need to show what an average day will look like. So you'll see an example timetable as you go forward. An example of what will be studied in the different subjects. So you need to break down all of the different subjects that there is a slide for example, geography. And you can draw a picture to advertise geography. And then you need to be giving an example to the parent that's going to read this about what the student would study in geography if they went to Hitler High School. I want you to decorate it how things might have been decorated in Nazi Germany schools. So have a look at slide 21 for some ideas of how a daybook or a planner was decorated back then. And you can add some of those drawings into your booklet. And for the subjects, you need to summarise what types, things and subject areas they're going to learn about. So really take your time on this, guys. Add colour to it. You can do it on the computer if you want to. You can do it handwritten. But I want it to be a good, solid piece of work. This is a really good task, and it involves minimal writing. It's more about design. So I really want you to be thinking about that, okay? So move your own way through the slides up to the end. There is nothing from me until the final slide now, which is the plenary, where I'm just going to talk to you very briefly about what you could do there for the plenary. Sorry, guys, so I did lie when I said you wouldn't hear from me again until the plenary, but that is on the next slide. This is super, super interesting. I only found this out myself when I was planning this lesson, okay? So in 1940, Walt Disney spent 4 times his budget on a film that he did called Fantasia, and it didn't do very well at the box office, so at the cinema, not many people went to see it. So nearing bankruptcy and with half of his employees on strike, Walt Disney was forced to look for a solution to bring money in. The studio's close proximity to the military aircraft manufacturer Lockheed helped foster a US government contract for 32 short propaganda films, and he got paid $4,500 each. This saved the company from bankruptcy and allowed them to keep their employees on the payroll. The clip that you've got above there, this says it provides excerpts. It doesn't. I've actually put the whole clip on to the link for you on Show My Homework for you to have a look at. It's called Education for Death. I really would advise that you watch it. It's very, very interesting, and it kind of blows my mind that Disney was actually trying to fight the Nazi message. So please do watch it. It's super, super interesting. There were other ones you may be able to find if you're searching on YouTube. You could do some searching to see if you can find any of the other ones, but it's super interesting. It's about 10 minutes long and it's a cartoon. And remember, it's aimed at children, so it's pretty easy to understand. All right, so enjoy. And this is the final bit from me. So this is just the plenary. Now, I've had to think about this, and actually you can just create a quiz for a parent or a sibling to test their knowledge or to tell them some information. But what you could also do is you could add this to your booklet if you wanted to do a little quiz for students that might end up joining Hitler High School, just to see how much they've taken in from what they've read. It's completely up to you, okay? But what's really important, that if you're setting the questions, you need to know the answers of the questions you're creating. So you're the quiz master on this. All right. Enjoy, guys. It's a really interesting lesson, and I will speak to you again ready for our next lesson, which will be on women in Nazi Germany.